Well, good morning, my friend. It is Wednesday morning, a little bit earlier than normal. I'm out of town for the day. I get back home tonight, be home for church. It's Wednesday morning. Welcome to the Pastor's Podcast. Good to have you along. And I hope that you've had a good week so far as we get ready to go into the middle of the week. And I'm certainly looking forward to Wednesday night Bible study at home and seeing what the Lord can do with us as we go forward there. I'm excited about next week, the Old Paths Conference, and I'm looking forward to seeing what God's going to do through that. I want to tell you right now, register for it. And there are people still registering for the Old Paths Conference. I want you to come, be a part of it. Would you do that? Looking forward to many are coming. Going to be an exciting conference. And so I'd encourage you right now, come. Of course, the theme is Operation Revive Us Again. Oh, how we need revival in America. And I encourage you, why don't you right now register to come? Let's see what God can do in our midst with us together. I certainly believe that we are not beyond revival. I believe that God can still do something in America, and I'm excited about it, and I hope that you are as well. And so you make sure that you plan. Register if you've not yet done that. oldpathsconference.com. It's free to do that. That helps us prepare for you as you come. I want to read to you this morning from 2 Chronicles chapter 33, verses 1 and 2. The scripture says Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 55 years in Jerusalem, but did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, like unto the abominations of the heathen, whom the Lord had cast out before the children of Israel. Now, one can ask, how in the world does the son of Hezekiah, who was one of the best kings of Judah spiritually, end up with so evil, with a son who's so evil in the sight of the Lord? Now, the answer to this question is that Manasseh was born during the time, I want you to follow this now, during the time that Hezekiah backslid. Now, when Hezekiah became proud because of who he thought he was, it was in that moment of his backsliding ways that he influenced his son to do wrong. Now, Manasseh's life was the result of a dad backsliding, but Manasseh certainly had his own choice. But we can't take away from the fact that his dad's backsliding influenced him. You see, Hezekiah got right and saw his dad do right again, but the power of influence in the moment away from God influenced a son to live a godless life. You see, had Hezekiah never backslidden, Manasseh would have never learned the wrong ways of life. Now, this incident in Manasseh's life reminds me of another individual in the scriptures. Abraham had a short moment in his life that he backslid. It was just for a short time that Abraham backslid, and he went down to the land of Egypt, just a short time. But it was during that time while he was in Egypt that his nephew Lot was exposed to the world and never experienced the pain that the world brings. Though Abraham got right, you have to understand Lot never got the taste of the world out of his mouth. It was one moment of backsliding that influenced Lot to live such an evil life away from God. Now, we'll never know what Lot could have become had Abraham not backslidden. Now, there's a couple lessons that we can learn from these two men. First, it is hard to remove the taste of the world from someone who's never experienced the pain that the world's lifestyle causes. You see, 1 minute away from the Lord causes innocence to be exposed to the world's lifestyle. Many innocent young people have been exposed to the world because a parent backslid or a person backslid. You see, there are many children who've grown up in a good home who are exposed to the world by a backsliding parent. Sadly, those children never get the taste of the world out of their life. Many parents live a life of heartache because they spent a moment away from God. Yes, they got right, but that moment of backsliding put the taste of the world in their child's mouth, which caused them to live a filthy, worldly lifestyle to that child's detriment. Now, sadly, these children could have never tasted the pain that sin causes. And it's good, but it's bad. Because had someone not exposed that child to the world, they would have never had to taste the world. They'd never had the taste of the world inside their mouth. And if they didn't have a taste of the world in their mouth, they'd have never gone through the world and never experienced the pain that backsliding brings them. Second, 1 minute away from the Lord is 1 minute too long. You never know who you influence when you backslide. Therefore, never waste 1 minute away from the Lord, because 1 minute away from the Lord influences someone to live a life away from God. 1 minute in sin is 1 minute not serving the Lord. 1 minute in sin is 1 minute influencing somebody else to do sin. You see, 1 minute in sin is 1 minute not living a life that could have been blessed by living a righteous life. Now, my friend, never consider 1 minute away from the Lord. If you love those around you, I want you to listen to me, and especially your children. Never expose them to the taste of the world by backsliding for 1 minute. You will never expose your children to the heartache of the world if you don't backslide for a short moment. Stay close to God, and you'll never be responsible for exposing someone to the taste of the world. I often tell people, my wife and I were talking the other day, and I see a lot of young adults, younger about a generation below my wife and I, who've gone the way of the world. He used to stand for right, but what happened was their parents hung around compromise. And those children got used to the compromise. Today, they hate the King James Bible. Today, they hate the independent Baptist movement. Today, they are living a life of sin. Today, they drink their alcohol and they criticize. All of that's right. But you know what? Their day's coming that they're going to experience the pain of the world. But had mom and dad never stayed around compromise, those children would never be where they are. My friend, I hope you love those people around you. And if you do, then don't sin one time. I know I'm saying a big mouthful there, but don't live a life in sin. And don't backslide for 1 moment, because that 1 moment is going to influence somebody to do wrong. Well, my friend, I hope this is a help and an encouragement to you today. Now, remember today, be good to everyone. Everyone's having a tough time. Have a great day, my friend.